concept of morphine is simplicity itself, explains bassist and lead singer Mark Sandman. Morphine is rock with just a bass, a saxophone, and drums. In other words, it's rock without guitars.
I think of it as the implied wall of guitars. It's almost as if it's been heard so much on every record for so long that people seem to be able to fill it in their head, this implied grunge factor. And that, to me, is the big discovery of Morphine, is that we can rock without any distorted instruments.
What morphine lacks in distortion, it makes up for in atmosphere. As John Gorelick, music editor of the Boston Phoenix, puts it, any one of the three players, saxophonist Dana Colley, drummer Jerome Dupree, or bassist Sandman, can carry the rhythmic pulse of a morphine tune, leaving the other two players free to explore counter melodies or other effects.
Some people complain these guys ought to get a guitar, but that's just not the conception. If you add a guitar, it's not morphine anymore, it's something else.
One way morphine gets by without a guitar is by making the most of the bass. Mark Sandman, who writes almost all the band's songs, has actually invented several hybrid instruments just for morphine. They clutter one corner of his Cambridge loft.
This is what I call the tritar. Some people might call it a bass guitar, as in half bass, half guitar. Hang on a sec, I have to tune this for the people.
The body of the tritar is lacquered with a flower pattern, color Xeroxes of tulips Sandman photographed once on a trip to Europe. Sandman plays the instrument with a slide. It has one bass string and two guitar strings.
Right now, this is strung with in the key of D, which is the key of morphine. I call the tritar, it's for people who are tired of the same old notes. But, you take your chances.
These things that you think of as a gimmick, they actually turn out to be very musical.
Again, Boston Phoenix music editor John Gorelick.
He's also doing something where he plays solo a one-string bass with no backing, and it's just him singing with a one-string bass. He sets up different limitations for himself as an artist, I think, and he makes it work for him.
Haven't I been good to you? Haven't I? Haven't I been good to you? Haven't I? Will you let me down a twisted path?
On another tune, Sandman uses a taxi dispatcher's microphone to lend his voice a gravelly edge.
Your mind and your experience call to me. You have lived and your intelligence is sexy. I wanna know what you got to say. I wanna know what you got to say. I wanna know what you got to say. I can tell you taste like the sky, 'cause you look like green.
Sandman's experimentation has made him something of a cult figure on the local music scene. The legend hasn't been hurt by the fact that he's handsome, aloof, and low-key, almost to the point of self-parody. Sandman has a reputation among some local music watchers of being so cool he's already passé. One person said, he's like Mick Jagger. He not only has groupies, he has ex-groupies. Some, who know Sandman well, smile at that description.
I had an old girlfriend that used to call Mark the man myth.
Russ Gershon is president of Cambridge-based Accurate Records, which released Morphine's debut CD, Good. Gershon is also a musician himself and has known Mark Sandman for about 10 years.
For years, I thought that he was taller than me because he's got this sort of presence, and then I realized I probably have 1.5 inches on him, or at least 1 inch. He's got an extra foot of charisma or something.
Mark Sandman is adamant when he calls Morphine's music rock, positively bristling when he hears the words smoky and atmospheric used to describe the band's first CD, but he acknowledges a debt to the blues and to jazz, music that he says has been unjustly marginalized.
I posed this question at a show the other night. I said, when did jazz become Sunday brunch music? And somebody said it was in 1978.
The high 70s.
But it's really a shame. And I'm glad that we're able to put the saxophone in this different context. So it's not either just like tenor madness, Clarence Clemens kind of rock wailing, or this jazzy, laid-back, background music for Eggs Florentine.
Mark Sandman, bassist and lead vocalist for Morphine. The trio has been in the studio working on music for a second CD that, rumor has it, may be released on a major label. For National Public Radio, this is David Wright in Boston.